How to become successful. Have you ever sat down and asked yourself why you failed? Do you know that if you fail, it's because you don't know how to win? Because if we think about it, the default is failure. And to be successful, you have to be intentional. Winning is an intentional act. And because I failed many times, the best lesson that I ever learned from my failures is to learn the reason why I failed. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly how to be successful at anything you do in life. The first thing you need to do in order to be successful in what you do is to know exactly what you want. You have to be crystal clear about what you want, not what your parents want you to be, not what anyone else expects you to be. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and you will only keep going if you are doing what you want, not what you were forced to be, or what you were mentored to be, or what someone else wants you to be. So you need to be clear what you want to be. And before I go any further, I know that in life, even for me a long time, I used to think about being rich as a goal, like being successful. I used to think about success as having a lot of money. Many times when you ask people what success is, they're going to define it in terms of money and wealth and being rich. What do you want to be in life? I want to be rich. I want to have a lot of money. But having a lot of money, having a lot of wealth has nothing to do with being successful. Having money is a result of being successful. So let's put that out of the way, because if your goal is to have money, you don't have the right goal. If your definition of success is money, then you will wander and take a path that you don't know where it leads to. So let's first be clear with that. Again, I'm going to repeat it. Having money and wealth and being rich is a result of being successful at something that you were clear about. And anything that you do in life and you were so clear about it and you know exactly where you're going, it's going to lead to the wealth and to everything else you want. Don't let your goals be something that is a result of don't let your success be a result of what it is to be successful. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to have smart goals. And what I mean by smart goals is that your goal has to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So in order to be successful, the number one thing is that you need to know exactly what you want. Sit down and have some time. Don't rush it. You know how, like in school, you go to school, and one good thing, the best thing about school is that there is a system in school that takes you to a certain end goal. Let's say, for example, you are in school and you want to be a doctor. The curriculum, people sat down for some good time and drew out a roadmap to lead you to the end goal, that if you just follow through, it's gonna lead you to the end that you want. By the end of the 7 years, by the end of the path they drew out for you for being a doctor, you will be a doctor. But that is in school. But the problem comes that many people, when we go to school, we do not know what we want, or we do the things that are not in line with what we want. So you end up coming out of school and the end goal that you got is not what you want. So you get confused. But what you should learn from the school system is that there is a roadmap. So what I'm saying in this goal is that you need to know exactly what you want. You need to sit down and copy the school system if you've been in school before, and draw out a map. Because if you take a certain road, it's going to lead you somewhere. For example, if you ask Google Map, I want to go from downtown to uptown, Google Map is going to draw out for you a road that is going to take you there, a route that is going to take you there. And if you follow it, whether there is traffic, whether there is detours, whether you delay or not, it's gonna take you from point A to point B where you want to go. Again, what I'm saying in this video, is that you, in order to be successful, you need to know exactly what you want. And after knowing what you want, sit down and do some research, but don't delay on the research. Don't let that be like a form of procrastination. Do some research and know exactly how to get to your end, how to get to the end of how to reach your goal. For example, let's say that you want to be, let's say your goal is to, what example can I give? Let's say you want to have the best daycare in your village or in your town or in your city. You need to make sure that you sit down and know that, okay, I want to have this daycare and take care of children in the neighborhood, but how do I do that? You've never gone to school to study anything to do with child education, whatever, and everything else. You don't have the license, you don't have the experience. Sit down and know that, okay, for me, in order to get to the end goal of what I want, having the best daycare, remember we said that these goals that are just a result, like having a lot of money, buying cars, all those things, you're gonna have them, but now you need to sit down and know exactly what you want. I'm gonna have the best daycare in my village or in my city or in my neighborhood. So that's your goal. Let's say that's what you are passionate about. Now you're gonna sit down and do some research, watch videos. You could even go and visit some daycares and talk to the owners and ask them, how did you do this? Some people are going to be happy to share. They will tell you that, oh, I used to be a ECE teacher, I used to be an early childhood education teacher, and from there I did ABCD. So you sit down and say, okay, so this person told me they first worked for a daycare, but how did they get there? They first studied a course in child education, and then from there you get experience of running your own business. So you start from the first step. If you don't have the money, you can do short courses. You could do volunteer, maybe in your church, to look after the kids. That is all leading you to your end goal, because you know what you want. So when you go to your church, instead of volunteering to welcome people, you're gonna say, okay, I know my end goal is to have the best daycare in my city, so I'm gonna volunteer in the kids department, because I know that experience is gonna help me. It's gonna lead me. That is one of the ways that is gonna lead me to my end goal. Okay, again, what I said in this video is that in order to be successful at what you want, you need to be crystal clear about what you want. Then you're gonna sit down and know exactly what that road that is gonna take you there looks like, because as you are drawing down that map that is gonna lead you there, you're teaching your mind. It's like you're giving instructions to your mind to find ways, to think big, to grow new paths to take you there. Even your social media, you're gonna be searching about it. That's how you're gonna get the imagination and the pictures, and it's gonna be ingrained in you, and before you know it, by the time you get there, you won't be surprised, because you were intentional. Okay, if you found this video interesting, I'm gonna link another video that I talked about how to become successful. I'll see you in that video. Be blessed.